book, and today we are going to start reading from page number 13. So, there is a diagram in the page number 13. In the left side, results, income, health, relationship, happiness, success. In the right side, choice, and in the middle, there is a line. You can see that. This is choices, behavior, and habits, and months 10 months, 20 months, 27 months, and the results, and the what kind of person they became after these months. The beauty of compound effect is in its simplicity. Notice how on the left side of the diagram the results are intangible, but how powerfully they differ later on. The behaviors all along the way are exactly the same, but the magic of the compound effect eventually kicks in to bring massive differences in results. Success, old school. It's an heading. The most challenging aspect of the compound effect is that we have to keep working away for a while, consistently and efficiently. Before we begin to see the payoff, our grandparents knew this, though they didn't spend their evenings glued to the TV watching information infomercials about how to have thin thighs in 30 days or a real estate kingdom in 6 months. Back in the day, most people worked 6 days a week from sinup to sun up to sundown. The secret to success was then and now and is now hard work, discipline, and good habits. Page number 14. It's interesting that wealth tends to skip a generation. Overwhelming abundance often leads to lack lackadaisical lackadaisical mentality, which brings about a sedentary lifestyle. Children of the wealthy are especially susceptible. They were the ones who developed the discipline and to create the wealth in the first place. So it makes sense that they may not have the same sense of value for wealth or understand what's necessary to keep it. We frequently see this entitlement mentality in children of royalty, movie stars, and corporate executives, and to a lesser degree in children and adults everywhere. As a notion, our entire populace seems to have lost appreciation for the value of a strong work ethic. We've had three, if not four, our generations of Americans who have known great prosperity, wealth, and ease. Our expectations of what it really takes to create lasting success, things like grit, hard work, and fortitude aren't alluring and thus have been mostly forgotten. Respect for the strife and struggle for our forefathers. The massive effort they put forth instilled discipline, chiseled their character, and stoked the spirit to brew new frontiers. The truth is, complacency has impacted all great empires, including but not limited to the Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and English. Why? Because Nothing feels like success. Once dominant empires have failed for this very reason, people get to a certain level of success and get too comfortable. Having experienced extended period of prosperity, health and wealth, we became complacent. We stopped doing what we did to get us there. We became like the frog in page number 15 in the boiling water that doesn't jump to his freedom because the warming is so incremental and insidious that he doesn't notice he's getting cooked. If we want to succeed, we need to recover our grandparents' work ethic. This is the Compound Effect book. I have a It's time to restore our character, if not for the sake of saving America, at least for our own greater success and achievement. Don't buy into the genie in a lamp idea. You can sit on your couch waiting to attract checks in your mailbox, rub crystal together, work walk on fire, channel that 2000-year-old guru, or chant affirmations if you want to, but much of that is hocus pocus commercialization, commercialism, manipulating you by appealing to your weaknesses. Real and long lasting success requires work and lots of work. I have a story to illustrate this. Nothing feels like success concept. A great new restaurant opened up close to my home on the beach in San Diego. In the beginning, the place was always immaculate. The hostess had a big, welcoming smile for everyone. The service was impeccable. The manager came over and assured it, and the food was sensational. Soon, people started lining up to eat there and would often wait more than an hour to be seated. Then, unfortunately, the restaurant staff began to take its success for granted. The hostess became snooty, the service staff disheveled and curt, and the food quality became hit or miss. The place was out of business within 18 months. They failed because of their success, or rather because they stopped doing what made them successful to begin with. Because they stopped doing what made them successful to begin with. Their success clouded their perspective and they slacked off. Page number 16. Another heading, microwave mentality. Understanding the compound effect will rid you of insta results expectations. The belief success should be fast as you fast food, as fast as your fast food, your 1 hour glasses, your 30-minute food photo processing, your overnight mail, your microwave eggs, your instant hot water and text messaging. Enough, okay? Enough, okay? Promise yourself that you are going to let go once and for all of your lottery winner expectation, because let's face it, you only hear stories about the one winner, not the millions of losers. The person you see jumping up and down in front of the Vegas slot machine or holding the big check on TV doesn't reveal the hundreds of times that person lost. If we go back to our mathematical chance of a positive result, Again, we have a rounding error of 0, as in you have about 0 chances of winning. Harvard psychologist Daniel Gilbert, author of Stumbling on Happiness, says if we gave losers each 30 seconds on TV to announce not I won but I lost, I would take almost it would sorry it would take almost 9 years to get through the losers of a single drawing. When you understand how the compound effect works, you won't pine for quick fixes or silver bullets. When don't try to fool yourself into believing that a mega successful athlete didn't live through regular bone crushing drills and thousands of hours of practice. She got up early to practice and kept practicing long after all other had stopped. She faced the sheer agony and frustration of the failure, loneliness, hard work, and disappointment it took to become number one. By the end of this book, or even before, I want you to know in your bones that your only path to success is through continuum of mundane, unsexy, unexciting, and sometimes difficult daily disciplines compounded over time. Note page number 17. No, no, no two. The results, the life, and the lifestyle of your dream can be yours when you put the compound effect to work for you. If you use the principle outlined in the compound effect, you will create your fairy tale ending. See figure 2. So figure 2 is like this. This is the results, and this line is choices, habits, and behavior, and one line is upward moving, and another line is downward moving. The compound effect is always working. You can choose to make it work for you, or you can ignore it and experience the negative effects of this powerful principle. It doesn't matter where you are on this graph. Starting today, you can decide to make simple positive changes and allow the compound effect to take where you want to go. I made my point? Good. Join me in the next chapter where we will focus on the one factor that controls your life. Every victory or defeat, triumph or failure has started with this. Everything you have or you don't have in your life right now has been because of this. Learn to change this, and you can change your life. Let's discover what this is. Page number 18. Put the compound effects to work for you. Summary action steps. Go to DerainDaily.com to join my free morning mentoring program. One big idea to kickstart your day. Every work day 260 days a year as you continue to pursue better every day. Write out a few excuses you might be clinging to. Example: not smart enough, no experience, wrong upbringing, don't have the education, etc. Decide to make up in hard work and personal development to outcompete anyone, including your old self. Next point, be Scott. Write out the half dozen small, seemingly inconsequential step you can take every day that can move your life in a completely new and positive direction. Next point, don't be Brad. Write down the small, seemingly inconsequential actions you can stop doing that might be compounding your results downwards. Next point, list a few areas, skills, or outcomes where you have been most successful in the past. Consider whether you could be taking those for granted and not continuing to improve, which could lead to future failure. To download an editable PDF of these action steps that you can fill out directly on your device and save to go the compoundeffect.com/resources. Next page is number 19, chapter number 2, choices. We all come into this world the same, naked, scared, and ignorant. After that grand entrance, the life we end up with is simply an accumulation of all choices we make. Our choices can be our best friend or our worst enemy. They can deliver us to our goals or send us orbiting into a galaxy far, far away. Think about it. Everything in your life exists because you first made a choice about something. Choices are at the root of every one of your results. Each choice starts a new behavior that over time becomes a habit. Choose poorly, and you just might find yourself back at the drawing board, forced to make new, often harder choices. Don't choose at all. Don't choose at all, and you'll eventually make the choice to be passive receiver of whatever comes your way. In essence, you make your choices and then your choices make you. Every decision, no matter how slight, alters the trajectory of your life. Whether or not to go to college, home, page number 20, home to marry, to have the last drink before you drive, to indulge in gossip or stay silent, to make one more prospecting call or call it a day, to say I love you or let the moment pass by. Every choice has an impact on the compound effect of your life. This chapter is about becoming aware of and making choices that support the expansion of your life. Sounds complicated, but you'll be amazed by its simplicity. No longer will 99% of your choices be unconscious. No more will must no more will most of your no more will most of your daily routines and traditions come as a reaction of your programming. You will ask yourself and be able to answer, how many of my behavior have I not voted on? What am I doing that I didn't consciously choose to do, yet continue to do every day? By employing the same idiot proof strategies I've used to catapult my own life and career, strengthened by the compound effect, you will be able to choose in the mysterious grip of the decision that are unwinding, that are unwinding your life and pulling you in the wrong direction. You will be able to hit the pause button before stumbling into idiot territory. You'll experience the ease of making decisions that lead to behaviors and habits that support you every time. Your biggest challenge isn't that you've intentionally been making bad choices. Heck, that would be easy to fix. Your biggest challenge is that you've been sleepwalking through your choices. Half the time, you are not even aware you are making them. Our choices are often shaped by our culture and upbringing. They can be so entwined in our routine behaviors and habits that they seem beyond our control. For instance, have you ever been going about your business, enjoying life, when all of the sudden you made a stupid choice of series of small choices that ultimately sabotaged your hard work and momentum, all for no apparent reason? You didn't intend to sabotage yourself, but by not thinking about your decisions, weighing the risks and potential outcomes, you found yourself facing unintended consequences. Unintended consequences. Nobody intends to become obese, go through bankruptcy, or get a divorce, but often, if not always, those consequences are the results of a small series, result of a series of small poor choices. Okay, page number 21, which means we've completed reading 10 pages already. This is page number 11. Elephants don't bite. Have you ever been bitten by an elephant? Now, how about a mosquito? It's the little things in life that will bite you. Occasionally, we say big mistakes threaten to destroy a career or reputation in an instant. The evening newscaster who embellishes a wartime story, the southern chef who made a racist comment to staff, the celebrated swimmer who gets caught lying about being robbed while in Brazil for the Olympics, and the royal prince who was friends with a convicted pedophile. Clearly, these types of poor choices have major repercussions. But even you've pulled such a whooper in your past, it's not extraordinary. Massive steps backward or the tragic single moments that we are connected with here. We are concerned with here. For most of us, it's the frequent, small, and seemingly inconsequential choices that are of grave concern. I'm talking about the decisions you think don't make any difference at all. It's the little things that inevitably and predictably derail your success. Whether you're boneheaded maneuvers, no no biggie behaviors, or are discussed as positive choices, those are especially insidious. These seemingly insignificant decisions can completely throw you off course because you're not mindful of them. You get overwhelmed, space out, and are unaware of. Page number 22. Unaware of the little actions. Unaware of the little actions that take you way off course. The compound effect works. Alright, it always works, remember, but in this case, it works against you because you are sleepwalking. For instance, you inhale a soda and a bag of potato chips and suddenly realize only after a polished of the last chip that you blew an entire day of healthy eating. And you weren't even hungry. You get caught up to lose 2 hours watching mindless TV. Scratch that. Let's give you some credit and make in an educational documentary. Before realizing is spaced on preparing for an important presentation to lend a valuable client, you blurt out a knee jerk like lie to a loved one for no good reason when the truth would have worked just fine. What's going on? You've allowed yourself to make a choice without thinking. And as long as you were making choices unconsciously, you can't consciously choose to change that ineffective behavior and turn it into a productive habit. It's time to wake up and make empowering choices. Thanksgiving year round. It's easy to point another heading. Thanksgiving year round. It's easy to point fingers at others, isn't it? I'm not getting ahead because of my lame boss. I would have gotten that promotion if it hadn't been that backstabbing coworker. I'm always in bad mood because my kids are driving me crazy. We are particularly gifted in the finger pointing department when it comes to our romantic relationships. You know where the other person is the one who needs to change. A few years back, a friend of mine was complaining about his wife. From my observation, she was a terrific lady and he was lucky to have her. Page number 23. I told him as much, but he continued to point out all the ways she was responsible for his unhappiness. That's when I shared an experience that had literally changed my marriage. Sorry, literally changed, okay, my marriage. But that's when I shared an experience that had literally changed my marriage. One Thanksgiving, I decided to keep a Thanksgiving journal for my wife. Every day for an entire year, I logged at least one thing I appreciated about her: the way she interacted with her friends, how she cared for our dogs, the fresh bed she prepared, a succulent meal she whipped up, or the beautiful way she styled her hair that day. Whatever. I looked for the things my wife was doing that touched me or revealed attributes, characteristics, or qualities I appreciated. I wrote them all down secretly for the entire year. By the end of that year, I filled an entire journal. Come on. I mean, not come on is not written. I had filled an entire journal. When I gave it to her the following Thanksgiving, she cried, calling it the best gift she'd ever received, even better than the BMW I had given her for her birthday. That was a reaction. Okay, the funny thing was that the person most affected by this gift was me. All that journaling forced me to focus on my wife's positive aspects. I was consciously looking for all the things she was doing right. That heartfelt focus overwhelmed anything I might have otherwise complained about. I fell deeply in love with her all over again. maybe even more than I more maybe even more than ever, as I was lattice in her nature and behavior instead of her more obvious qualities. My appreciation, gratitude, and intention to find the best in her I held in my heart and eyes each day. This caused me to show up differently in my marriage, which of course made her respond differently to me. Soon I had been more things to write in my Thanksgiving journal. As a result, choosing to take a mere 5 minutes every day or so to document all the reasons why I was grateful for her. Page number 24, okay? Why I was grateful for her. We experienced one of the best years of our marriage and it's only gotten better. After I shared my experience, my friend decided to keep a Thanksgiving journal about his wife. Within the first few months, he completely turned around his marriage, choosing to look for and focus on his wife. Within, sorry, Within the first few months, he completely turned around his wife, choosing to look for and focus on his wife's positive qualities, changed his view of her, which changed how he interacted with her. As a result, she made different choices about the way she responded to him. The cycle perpetuated, or shall we say, compounded. Go to the compound, okay? Owning 100%. Next point, owning 100%. We all are self made, men and women, but only the successful take credit for it. I was 18 when I was introduced to the idea of personal responsibility at a seminar. The concept completely transformed my life. If you threw out the rest of this book and only practice this one concept, within 2 to 3 years, the changes in your life would be so great, your friends and family would have difficulty remembering the old you. In that seminar I attended at 18, the speaker asked, "What percentage of shared responsibility do you have in making relationship work?" I was a teenager, so wise in the ways of true love. Of course, I had all the answers. 50-50, I blurted out. Page number 25. 50-50, I blurted out. It was so obvious both people must be willing to share the responsibility if, evenly, or someone get ripped off. 51-49 yelled someone else, arguing that you'd have to be willing to do more than the other person. Aren't relationships built on self-sacrifice and generosity? 80-20 yelled another. The instructor turned to the easel and wrote 100/0 on the paper in big black letters. You have to be willing to give your 100% with zero expectations of receiving anything in return, he said. Only when you're willing to take 100% responsibility for making the relationship will work will it work. Otherwise, a relationship left to chance will always be vulnerable to disaster. Whoa, this wasn't what I expecting, but I quickly understood that how this concept could transform every area of my life if I always took 100% responsibility for everything I experienced, completely owning all of my choices and all the ways I responded to whatever happened to me. I held the power, everything was up to me. I was responsible for everything I didn't do, or how I responded to what was done to me. I know you think you take responsibility for your life. I've yet to ask anybody who doesn't say, "Of course, I take responsibility for my life." But then you look at how most people operate in the world. There's a lot of finger pointing, victimhood, blaming, and expecting someone else or the government to solve their problems. If you've ever blamed traffic for being late, or decided you were in a bad mood because of something your kid, spouse, or co-worker did, you are not taking 100% responsibility. So this is page number 25. We've already studied 15 pages. Let's keep it for tomorrow. I'll start from 26 tomorrow. See guys, this so we've learned a lot today. So let's talk about this. First, it said that the power of choices like, I mean, how the relationship can become so much better if we start feel sorry, if we start feel, positive about the other person, or we start counting the positive sides of the other person, and remind ourselves that what the other person are doing, like they are doing so much for us. And often the people around us, we like like the in the book, the wife of that person, or in your life, maybe your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your brother, your mother, your father, or anybody who those people who, uh, those are around you. Like most of the time what we do is we forgot that what they did and what they are doing for making our life better, to just they are doing so many good things that we mostly avoid, and we mostly focus on the bad aspects that they're doing, and that's why we complain all the time. So, and another thing was that taking 100% responsibility, that anything that happened in your life, if anybody did something bad to you, then what is my reaction? That should be completely your responsibility, how you respond to that situation. Anything, if anything, like anything, it should be 100% your responsibility. So there is a seminar of Jim Rohn, you should watch that seminar. In that seminar, he already have explained all this stuff, how just by being grateful about your life, and how we blame everyone else, the government, the weather, and just we don't blame ourselves, because we are the most important, we are the only responsible person for our life and whatever happening in our life. So if we think and change ourselves, then our life will be a lot more better, our life will change. So yeah, we should take, so okay, we can do that. So after reading this book or the pages, we will learn something, and I will try to explain this in this section. Let's call it today's lesson. So today's lesson part is two things, that take 100% responsibility of your life, like whatever high wisdom, whatever happens in your life, take 100% responsibility of everything, from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, and everyone around us. If your relationship is not with a person is not good, then take responsibility for that. Like this book said, in every relationship, it should be 100% by zero. Have you started reasoning? Not recently, actually. I've started reading book 2 3 years ago, but I was never consistent. So I am using this life method to be consistent these days. So what I was saying, then you can join me while I am doing live, and you can read your book. Like whatever book you wanna read, you can do that, or you can just listen to me, then it will help you. Anyways, what I was saying, that we should take 100% responsibility of everything that happens in our life, everything, and every relationship that we have around us. We should take 100% responsibility without expecting anything from the other person, and that way we can change the relationship to a positive aspect instead of leaving it to chance. Timing of life, actually, nobody asked me this before, so I always used to, like whenever I'm free, I just come live. And so what do you think will be the best time? I guess 8 or 9 p.m. Okay, I'll decide which time should be good, and I'll let you know in the community post, so that you guys can join. Which mic you are using? I don't know the name. It's a mic that I bought from Misho. So I have to check the details, then I'll let you know, okay? So we are done for today. We've read 15 pages today, guys. 5 more pages. 15 pages. It's good progress. And this book is very interesting, very easy to read, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. And one thing is positive about how much rupees I have to see it, then I'll let you know, okay? Yeah, it's a really nice progress, and because of this live, I'm so grateful to have this live system. Seriously, I was struggling so hard to read, to make this habit of reading, and finally, I can see that it's working. I mean, this works. You can try this as well in your channel. Please do try if you want. It's a good thing. Anyways, this book is very good. I mean, and it is related to Atomic Habit, because that book also talk about the small changes that make a bigger impact, and this book is also on this kind of same principle, that how small changes can literally change your life. This book is The Compound Effect. The Compound Effect. Okay, then let's see you tomorrow. Bye bye for today. See you tomorrow. Good night, guys. Good night.